Hello everyone, this is StudyPal and I'm going to teach you physics and mathematics for all the grades and all the courses. So today I'm going to start with the pre-algebra. And I'm going to cover the book, the standard book that you can find in the internet. And the first topic that you encounter in this book is the linear equations. So first question, what is a linear equation? But before that, we need to answer another more fundamental question. What is an equation? An equation can be made, of the thing that you encounter in the mathematics for the first time. The first symbol that you learned in mathematics was the equals sign. So it is a very important sign in the whole mathematics, and it means that whatever is on the left-hand side is equal or should be equal to whatever is on the right-hand side. So when what is on the left-hand side is exactly and always the same thing as the right-hand side, we have an identity. But when the left-hand side should be equal to the right-hand side, you have an equation. So first, I'm going to start with some examples of identities. So, for example, we all know that 2 equals to 2. This is an identity. This is always true. Another example, x plus 1, x is a variable. What does that mean? It means that x can be, anything. You can choose number. For example, x can be 2, can be 3, can be the square root of 2, or whatever. So x plus 1 equals to x plus 1. This is an identity. This is always true, no matter what x is. For example, put x2 equals to 0. 0 plus 1 is 0 plus 1. But we should be careful. When I say that you put x equals to 0, it means that wherever you see x, put it to 0. So I see an x here, and put both of them to 0, and 1 equals to 1, because 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, and the left-hand side is always equal to the right-hand side. So this is an identity. But that was obvious. So I think you've learned a little bit about the multiplication. For example, I can say that x, for example, 2x plus 4 is equal to 2x plus 2. In the previous example, the left-hand side was, the look of it. The look of the left-hand side and the right-hand side were identical. But in this example, they're not, identical. They don't look exactly the same, but they are identical. We can see that. How? You learn how to multiply such a thing, how to expand such a thing. We do this. 2 times x, 2 times 2. So what we get is that 2 times x is 2x. 2 times plus 2 is plus 4. So 2x plus 4 is 2x plus 4. Again, this is an identity. This is not an equation to be solved. You don't need to solve it. It doesn't matter what x is. It is always true. The equal sign is always respected. Okay? So, what is an equation? An equation is made of identity. It's made of the equal sign, but with a difference. For example, when I write x plus 1 is 0, again I have an equal sign like identities, but here it is not always true. You need to find an x that satisfies this equality. You need to respect the equal sign. It is not always true. For example, if I put x equals to 10, the left-hand side would be 10 plus 1, which is 11, and the right-hand side is 0. So 11 is not 0. and this equal sign is not respected. This is the most important thing in the whole mathematics. You should respect the equal sign. So another guess, we can guess to solve this equation. For example, I might want to put x equals to 0, but again, 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 is not 0. So my best guess, another guess would be minus 1 plus 1 is 0. If I put x equals to minus 1, I would respect the equality. I would respect the equal sign. So I would say that x equals to minus 1 is our solution to the equation. So we understand that equations are not all, the equality sign in the equations are not always whole. So you need to find the condition for the variables in the left-hand side or right-hand side or whatever, the equality sign that you see, to make it happen. Okay, so this is an equation. Now that we know what is an equation, we can move forward to answer the question of this video. What is a linear equation? I will explain it in our future videos. Why we call it a linear equation. But to clarify the point here, I will give you more examples of equations. For example, you will see them in the future. You don't need to panic. But for example, something like that is also an equation. Okay, you're not going to solve it today or this year or even the next year, but you will see in the mathematics, and you will learn that it is if we have techniques to solve equations, it is easy to solve them. Some equations are not easy to solve, and it is not easy for everyone. It's not only you. But if we have a recipe for solving an equation, you will learn it, and it will be really easy. So, for example, we can use another word from the alphabet. For example, m2 plus m equals to 3m. This is another equation. You need to find m so that the equality sign hold. The equal sign hold. The left-hand side equals to the right-hand side. It is not always true for all m's. M is a variable here. But this is not a linear equation. What is a linear equation? I told you that in our equations we have a variable. For example, in this equation, m2 plus m equals to 3m, our variable is m. So you need to look for the power of your variable, the largest power of your variable. Here it is 2. You have 1, yes, but the largest is 2. If the largest power of your variable is larger than 1, then your equation is not linear. The linear equations, are like that. For example, m plus 3m equals to 4. So look for the largest power of your variable. It is 1. So this equation is linear. And we have some techniques to solve it. We can solve it really easily. We're going to see it in our next video. So stay tuned. Like and subscribe if it was helpful for you, and you can share it with your friends. And yeah, see you in the next video.